B. Marcus. Be running as fast as my drunk legs can carry me. Almost run into a light pole a few times, but I'm alright. Make it to the hospital. Stroke of luck. Dakaris is still there. He's just sitting on a bench with this dazed look and this dumb smile on his face, trying to explain to his overly sentimental ass why we need to get going now. Hear a click behind me. Fuck, it's the commissar. He's only got a bolt pistol, but Lloyd and I are too drunk to aim, and Dakar is still just wistfully sitting there gushing about this Sister Bridget or whatever. Besides, fragging a commissar would probably look bad. Wasn't he supposed to have a Baneblade or something? Start hearing this awful ruckus getting closer. I think the boys call it power metal. See this Baneblade practically fly up towards us with another commissar in the hatch. Can Baneblades even go that fast? Apparently so. Start praying to the Emperor. My prayers get answered when a Land Raider speeds in from the side out of nowhere in front of the Baneblade. Forces it to swerve to avoid it, right into a nearby building. Bloody hell. Almost runs over the commissar, who has to jump out of the way and stop in front of us. Notice it has a bloody magpie symbol on it. The door opens up. It's Fessus. Don't even wait for him to open his mouth. Lloyd and I grab Loverboy and pile in. Drive, drive, drive! Anywhere but here, mate. Be me. Drathor Artix of the Gorehounds. Things have been getting better. These traitor marines aren't so bad. They just have a drive to find the worthiest of enemies to defeat, and then eat them. They have been calling us little, so one of the cults started calling them biggins. It's caught on. Always wanted a brother.jpg. The biggins are sorting us into groups. Keep saying it's for a big ceremony. Couple of the biggins keep quoting some picked vid that came out a few years back. Wedding Smashers or something. Whatever. Each biggin gets a few little around him. They say it's to give us some good experience. I know a meat shield when I see it, Jeff. Get paired up with the gut, along with a few other littles, including Orc Arms. He seems cool. Still trying to use that chain axe, though. Keeps telling me it'll be like that show Furious. FeathingChogoReebs.png. Start loading up into transport. Still got icebreaker. Still got auto gun. Guess we're going to a wedding. I feel severely underdressed. Be Land Raider driver Ferrantis. Currently be in a high-speed chase through Angel's Landing with a fucking Baneblade. This was supposed to just be a simple extraction. This is ridiculous. I mean, okay, yeah, so we might have almost destroyed the planet with a cyclonic torpedo, and we may have brained a living saint in the back of the head. But those were both accidents, and there were no lasting damage from either. Seriously, a fucking Baneblade. Excessive force.holovid. It's a good thing this Land Raider was a gift from the White Scars. Decide to try and lose it through a busy-looking section of town. This turns out to be a horrible idea, as a Land Raider is only marginally smaller and less clumsy than a Baneblade. I just want to say, for the record, that while I may have caused my fair share of property damage, I did not damage the statue of the lady wearing a dress of purity seals over. I only bumped it. It was the Baneblade that hit it. Still doesn't stop everything else from joining the chase. On whose side, I don't know. But I don't want to find out. Reach city gates thanks to my Chogoris drift skills. Pick related. Then I see the two giant dust clouds making steady progress towards the town. That can't be good, Litany. Perhaps I should use this brief period not being chased to call Commander Morganson for backup. Be hive worker before this all started. Be witness to whole shitstorm. Lose everything. See my friends and family get cut down by Xenos, heretics, and friendly fire. Watch as my home and everything I've ever known burn down in said fire. Fight in the Holy Bishop's crusade. Help build a city and establish around Angel's Gate. Now, be witness to the marriage of our holy bishop and his betrothed. The Emperor really does look out for those with faith. Suddenly hear crashing sound. See a fucking Land Raider and Baneblade tear through the ceremony like it's some sort of demolition derby, destroying everything in their path. Happen to be standing by the statue of Lady Constanzia when the Baneblade hits it. Get my leg crushed by a giant stone arm. Be Canoness. Sororitas Honor Guard filed into a too small landing craft. Not me, of course. I have my own private cabin next to the flight deck. Much too small, though. And no chase lounge. At least brought a nice bottle of port from the stock aboard the Emperor's Bright Corona. Going to need it by the time we land. Bay is split between my own Celestian bodyguards, Palatine Sarah's Golden Light Fork Battle Choir, and Palatine Barbastella's Black Sepulchre Repentius. Figure that Sister Therese will have a field day with the latter. They dress them in black-collared dresses and tall, buckled boots instead of the traditional bondage nightmare chick. Bunch of goth sluts might make any woman question her preferences. Or would, if the grip of the warm, polished Catachan ebony gunstock of her master-crafted sidearm were not all the lover she needed, figuratively speaking. Thoroughly unimpressed with the situation on the ground. Only the respective strongholds of the remaining Imperial forces and the new matrimonial city are considered safe zones, and relatively, the rest of the planet is full of remnant Tyranids and orcs. Roving bands of homeless civilians and mass desertions from the former Holy Army are a breeding ground for heresy. At least it's not on fire anymore, although that might be an improvement. See the new city on landing approach. If I'd still been on the fence on privately doubting the bishop's divine provenance, employing the gaggle of careless harlots I left him as wedding planners and civil engineers wouldn't help. Think this Aquila birthmark looks more like a manta ray anyway. Maybe the Emperor intended him to be a fisherman.